Hello friends, welcome back. Let us start exercise 2.10. Now before we start the exercise, let me clear that whatever examples we are going to see in quadratic equations can also be solved by simultaneous linear equations, that is in two variables. Sometimes when we solve the examples by two variables, the calculations are easy. So एक्झाम मध्ये जर का हे दिलं नसेल की पर्टिक्युलर सम दिलंय व्हॉट प्रॉब्लेम आणि ते क्वाड्रॅटिकनी करा का सायमल्टेनियस लिनियरनी करा, तर तुम्ही कोणत्याही मेथडनी ते एक्झाम्पल सॉल्व करू शकता. आत्ता या ठिकाणी 2.10 बघताना आपण मोस्टली क्वाड्रॅटिक इक्वेशन मेथडनीच ही एक्झाम्पल सॉल्व करायचे आहेत. पण जर का दुसऱ्या मेथडनी करता येत असतील तर मी तुम्हाला इकडे दाखवीन की ती दुसऱ्या मेथडनी सुद्धा कशी सॉल्व करता येतील. So let us start with 2.10. The first example is, as usual, while reading it, we'll write what is given. Okay. So the first example is the sum of the squares of two consecutive natural numbers. So let us say that the two consecutive natural numbers, let the two numbers be x and x plus 1, because those are two consecutive natural numbers. Now the first condition they are given that the sum of squares of, that means the first condition is x square plus x plus 1 square is 113, and we have to find these two numbers. Let us solve this example. First we'll open the square. X square plus x square plus 2x plus 1 is equal to 113. So we get 2x square plus 2x plus 1 minus 113 equal to 0, and so we get 2x square minus 2x minus 112 to 0. Of course we can eliminate this 2 by dividing the equation by 2. So we get x square minus x minus 112 is 56 equal to 2. Now this is a normal quadratic equation. We have already seen so many examples of this type. So pause the video here and solve this example to find out the value of x. Pause the video now. The x is, the value of x what we get by solving this quadratic equation is minus 8 and 7. Minus 8 and 7. Of course minus 8 is not a natural number, so we have to eliminate this, and our answer is 7. So your first number is 7, and as we see two consecutive numbers, so second number is x plus 1, that is 8. While writing the answer, you should write answer first number, second number, 7, 8. Mind well, there is no unit as we have taken just numbers. So check your answer. Let's move ahead to the second sum. The second sum is again the example of ages. Let's read it. Tinu is younger than Pinky by 3 years. The product of the numbers denoting their ages is 180. Find their ages. Now there are two girls. One is Tinu, one is Pinky. Now they say that Tinu is younger than Pinky by 3 years. Let us say that Pinky's age is x and she is younger, Tinu is younger by 3 years, so Tinu's age is x minus 3. Then they say that the product of the numbers denoting their ages is 180. So x into x minus 3 is equal to 180. This is the equations we get from these two, or for the first condition. Now let us solve this. X square minus 3x is equal to 180, and here we get x square minus 3x minus 180 equal to 0. We have got a simple quadratic equation which when you solve you will get the value of x, which will be age of Pinky, and from this you can get the age of Tinu. So please solve this, pause your video here and solve this quadratic equation to get the value of x. Pause your video now. X is 15 and minus 12. Now as you know, the age cannot be negative. So x is 15, so the Pinky's age is 15 and Tinu's age is x minus 3, that is 12. As an answer, you have to write perfectly the age of Pinky is 15 and age of Tinu is 12. So let's move ahead to another example. Example 3. Here they are given the length of rectangle is greater than its breadth by 2 centimeters. Now when such kind of examples are there, you should draw the figure. Okay, let's draw a rectangle. They say that the length of rectangle is greater than its breadth by 2 centimeters. So if breadth is x, length is x plus 2. Mind well, here the units are given. Now they are asked that we have to find a length and breadth, and one more condition they are given, the area of rectangle is 24 centimeters square. The area is given 24 centimeters square. Well, how can we do this? We know that the area of rectangle is length into breadth, that is x into x plus 2 is equal to 24. So by solving this we will get x square plus 2x equal to 24, and hence we get x square plus 2x minus 24 equal to 0. Again we have got a simple quadratic equation. By solving this, first we will get the breadth and then we will get the length. Then quickly pause your video here and solve this quadratic equation to find the value of x. Pause your video now. Answer is x is equal to minus 6, or as we know that the length or breadth cannot be negative. So we have to eliminate this, and the answer is x equal to 4. So as an answer you have to write breadth is 4, not only 4, it should be 4 centimeter, and length is 6 centimeter. Okay, you have to write the answer in this way. Do not forget these units. Units are very important. If you don't write the units, your 1 mark can be cut. Let's go ahead and solve another example. But please remember, in case of such problems, if you draw the figure, the problem is very easy. If you try to write just the mathematical equations, it may get complicated sometimes. Let's go ahead. Example 4th. The sum of the squares of 2 consecutive even natural numbers. Here are not only 2 consecutive numbers, which you can take as the x and x plus 1, but 2 even consecutive numbers. So if the first number is x, the second number will be x plus 2. And they say that the sum of squares, that is x square plus x plus 2 square, sum of squares is 100. So we can solve this. X square plus x square plus 4x plus 4 is equal to 100, and we get here 2x square plus 4x minus 96 minus 96 100 transfer here as a minus 100 plus 4 minus 96. Of course 2 can be eliminated, so x square plus 2x equal to 0. Again we have got a simple quadratic equation, and you can solve this quadratic equation to get the value of x. So you will get x as a first number and x plus 2 as a second even number. Now in such kind of examples, you can even say that the first number is x and second number is y. In ages, you can say that in the previous example, you can say that the Pinky's age is x, Tinu's age is y. And you can solve this by simultaneous method also. But in this 2.10, we are going to see the examples by quadratic equation methods. Okay. Now pause your video here and find out the value of x. Pause your video now. The value of x is minus 8 or 6. Minus 8 and 6. As we know that minus 8 is not acceptable, so 6 is a number. So you can find out x is equal to 6, x plus 2 is equal to 8. So you can write down as an answer, first number is equal to 6 and second number is equal to 8. Let's go ahead and solve few more examples. Example number 5. A natural number is greater than twice its square root by 3. Find a number. So let the natural number be x. Now they say that a natural number is greater than twice its square root, that is root x, that is 2 root x by 3. So x minus 3 is equal to 2 root x. This is the first equation what we get. When you solve this equation, we will square both sides and we get x minus 3 square equal to 2 root x square. So here we get x square minus 6x plus 9 equal to 4x. That is x square minus 10x plus 9 equal to 0. This is the second equation we got. If you solve this quadratic equation, you will get the value of x. Now pause your video here and solve this quadratic equation to find out the value of x. Pause your video now. The value of x we get 1 or 9. Now by given condition, 1 cannot be taken. Why? Because it is not, 1 is not greater than 2 root 1. This is the given condition. It is not greater. So 1 cannot be done. So 9 is the number. So x is equal to 9. Or you can write down answer, the required number is 9. Let's see the next example. The sum of a natural number and its reciprocal. If the natural number is x, its reciprocal is 1 upon x. So if the sum of natural number and its reciprocal is 10 by 3, that means x plus 1 upon x is equal to 10 by 3. This is the equation we get, and of course we have to find a number. How you will solve this? Very easy. Multiply both the side by x, so we can eliminate this x. So we get x square plus 1 is equal to 10x upon 3. This 3 will go to this side and we will get 3x square plus 3 equal to 10x, and ultimately we will get 3x square minus 10x plus 3 equal to 0. So we get a quadratic equation. You can solve this quadratic equation to find the value of x. Let us find the value of x. Pause your video now and find the value of x. The answer is x equal to 3 and 1 by 3. As you know that 1 by 3 is not a natural number, so the answer is 3. So you can say that as an answer the required number is 3. Let's go ahead. 7th. The sum is the sum of ages, again age problem, the sum of ages of father and his son is 42 years. So if the father's age is x, what will be the age of son? If the sum of their ages is 42, the age of son is 42 minus x. Then they say the product of the numbers denoting their ages is 185. So product means x into 42 minus x. So x into 42 minus x is equal to 185. So here we get 42x minus x square is equal to 185. So we'll transfer 185 from to this side. We'll get minus x square plus 42x minus 185 equal to 0. We'll change the sign. X square minus 42x plus 185 equal to 0. A simple quadratic equation which when you will solve, you will get the value of x, which is age of father, and then by using this you can get the age of son. So pause your video here and solve this equation to get the value of x. Pause your video now. Answer is x is 5 or 37. Obviously father's age cannot be 5. So the x is equal to 37. So age of father, so you have to write that as an answer. Age of father is equal to x is equal to 37 and age of son is equal to 42 minus x 5. This is the final answer. Let's go to example number 8. Example 8 is 3 times the square of a natural number is 363. If a natural number is x, then 3 times square of a natural number, 3 times square of a natural number is 363. So we have to find out the number. Now here, just by solving this, we'll get x square. Though this is a quadratic equation, it's very easy. You don't have to solve the quadratic equation in any way and find out the answer. You have to just take the square root of both the sides. So you will get plus minus 11 as a square root of 121. Of course, when it's a natural number, minus 11 is not permissible. So you have to write that. Whenever you want to say that minus 11 is not permissible, you have to state there why it is not permissible. You have to write that as minus 11 is a natural number, it is not possible. Minus 11 is not natural number, hence x is equal to 11. And as an answer you can write that the required number is 11. So let's go ahead. The examples are very easy. Let us take the 9th sum. The length of one diagonal of a rhombus, again a geometrical figure, so we have to draw that geometrical figure. This is the one diagonal, this is the another diagonal. They say that the length of one diagonal of rhombus is less than the second diagonal by 4 centimeters. If D1 is x, D2 will be x minus 4. Further they say that area of rhombus, what is the formula for area of rhombus? Area of rhombus is half D1 D2. Okay, so they say that this is 30 centimeters square and we have to find out the length of diagonals. By this we can just substitute x into x minus 4 is equal to 30. So x square minus 4x is equal to 30. So x square minus 4x minus 30 equal to 0. Simple quadratic equation. When you solve this quadratic equation, you will get the value of x. So that is smaller diagonal, larger diagonal will get, and from that we will get the smaller diagonal. Pause your video here and you will get the value of x. Pause your video now. The value of x is 10 and minus 6. As you know, this is the length of rhombus, it cannot be negative. So x is 10. So area of one diagonal, that is the larger diagonal, longer diagonal, is 10 centimeters, and D2, that is the shorter diagonal, is 6 centimeters. Let's see next example. Before going to 10th example, I'll suggest that you write the formula for area of rhombus and the figure of rhombus in your notes book, so that later you will remember it. 10th example is a natural number is greater than the other by 5. A natural number is greater than the other by 5. So if the smaller number is x, then other number is x plus 5. Further they say that the sum of their squares is 73. The sum of squares of these two numbers is 73. So x square plus x plus 5 square is 73. Let us solve this. So x square plus 10x plus 25 is equal to 73. So further solving, we'll get 2x square plus 10x plus 25 minus 73 is equal to 0. Subtract 25 from 73, you will get minus number. So solve this quadratic equation to find out the value of x. Now pause your video here and solve this example to find out the value of x. X is minus 8 or 3. We know that we want natural numbers, so minus 8 is not possible. So 3 is the number. So as an answer, you can write the required number is 3. Well, we have to find both the numbers. So you have to write 3 and 8 as an answer. Required numbers are 3 and 8. Just mind well what is been asked and write down that as an answer. The sum s of the first n natural number is given by s is equal to n into n plus 1 divided by 2. Find n if sum is 276. I think we have solved the example like this. So we have n into n plus 1 divided by 2 is sum is 276. By solving this, we'll get n square plus n is equal to 276 into 2. So we'll get n square plus n 552. So n square plus n minus 552 is equal to 0. Solve this quadratic equation and you will find out the value of n. Just do it. N is minus 24 or 23. As minus 24 is not a natural number, you have to write that. Minus 24 is not a natural number, so the required number is n equal to 23. This is your final answer. Let's go ahead. The area of rectangular playground, as soon as you read something like rectangular playground, draw that. The area of rectangular playground is 420 meters square. So given is area is 420 meters square. If its length is increased by 7 meters and breadth is decreased by 7 meters, the area remains same. Find the length and breadth. Now in this case, area is given 420 meters square. Length and breadth are not given. They say that if they do something for the length or subtract something from the length and breadth both, the area does not change. Actually, this sum can be easily solved by taking two variables, x and y. X and y. So that xy equal to 420, and then they say that length is increased by 7. So x plus 7 into breadth is decreased by 5. X plus 7 into y minus 5. This can be easily solved, but since we have to solve by quadratic equation, what we will do here, we will say length is x and breadth is b. So for the first rectangle, area is equal to x into b. So what will be b equal to a upon x, that is 420 upon x. This is the breadth of first rectangle. Now in the second rectangle, what they do, if the length is increased by 7 and breadth is decreased by 5, the area remains same. So now the area is 420. Area is same. The length is increased by 7. So this will be the new length will be x plus 7 and breadth is decreased by 5. Now breadth we have this 420 upon x. So 420 upon x minus 5, the area remains same. So when you solve these two brackets, you will get one quadratic equation, and by solving that, we will get the length of first rectangle. So let us solve this. So here we can multiply both the sides by x. So 420x is equal to, if you multiply this by x, okay, let's solve this and we'll get the final answer. Quickly solve this. Pause your video now and solve this quadratic equation. By solving this, you will get a quadratic equation x square plus 7x minus 588 equal to 0. Solve this quadratic equation and you will get the answer x equal to minus 28 and 21. X equal to minus 28 and 21. As we know that this is a length, so minus 28 is not possible. So x is equal to 21. What is asked? find the length and breadth of the playground, this playground. So we will write here that length is equal to 21. Mind well, what is the unit? The unit is meter, so you have to write 21 meters, and breadth is 420 by x, that is 420 by 21, that is equal to 20 meters. I hope you have solved this properly to get this. This is just simple arithmetical calculations. You have to open this bracket first, x into 420 minus 5x square plus 7 into 420 minus 35x. Shift from both the sides, check if anything is common. I think in this you can divide the whole equation by 5 and you will get this equation. Don't make any mistakes in opening these brackets. Okay. Now we are going to solve example number 13, the last example of 2.10. Now in this case, the example is little bit complicated. Let us read the example first. If the cost of bananas is increased by rupees 1 per dozen, one can get 2 dozen less for rupees 840. That means how many rupees you have in your hand to buy bananas? 840 rupees you have. You have total 840 rupees. Now let us say that we have to find the original cost of 1 dozen bananas. Let the original cost of 1 dozen banana be x. This is the cost, x is the 1 dozen banana. So how many dozen bananas you can buy with original cost? How many? You have total 840 rupees. So you can buy 840 upon x. These many dozens you can buy. You can buy 840 rupees which were in your hand divided by the original cost of 1 dozen banana. So these many dozens of bananas you can buy initially. Now the cost of 1 dozen banana is increased. New cost is x plus 1. Okay. Now this is original and new. You can buy how many dozens of bananas? 840. See, the amount of money you have is the same, 840 divided by x plus 1. And they say that when the cost is increased, you cannot buy same number of bananas. One can get 2 dozen less. That means original number minus new number is equal to 2. So here you get 840 upon x minus 840 upon x plus 1 is equal to 2. When you solve this, you will get one quadratic equation, and then you can get the value of x, that is the original cost of 1 dozen banana, and then 840 upon x, you will get the number of dozens of bananas you can buy. That is what asked. Solve this example. First of all, what you have to do? You have to cross multiplication. So 840 into x plus 1 minus 840x upon x plus 1 into x is equal to 2. Very simple. Transfer this to this side. Here you will get 840x plus 840 minus 840x. So 840x plus 840 minus 840x is equal to 2x square, or let us write that x square plus x. Here these both will get cancelled and you will get 840 is equal to 2x square plus 2x. Just transfer all to one side, solve this quadratic equation and you will get the value of x. Now pause your video here and solve this quadratic equation. Pause now. The answer for this is x equal to minus 21 or 20. Now as we know that cost cannot be negative, so this is out of question. So you get x equal to 20. So the original cost of 1 dozen banana is 20 rupees. So here we finish exercise 2.10. I told you the many of such examples can be also solved by two variables, but that we'll see in the linear equations. Okay, thank you.